But thank you again for coming. I thought I'd give you a brief sort of background as to how I came to write this book. So in this busy world where everything seems to move so fast, I had quite a privileged opportunity, I feel, throughout my teens to go on family camps and wilderness survival camps, both in Britain and in America. And I think it was a moment when I saw somebody rubbing sticks together and a tiny little glowing ember came out of a little board of wood and it was blown into flames. And I then picked up a kit with a couple other teenagers and started moving it, and it pinged out and started moving it again, and we managed to get smoke. And from that moment on, I think I've been hooked on following curiosity and discovering what nature has to offer us, and all of the people that have come before that have provided so much wisdom, which in some ways doesn't have a place now, and in other ways really does. And so yeah, I had quite a mainstream education. I went to a boarding school for 4 years and didn't really feel very settled, and was quite self-conscious and shy and all sorts. But whenever I went to the woods, I felt this real sense of belonging to the people who shared some kind of common values, but also to the natural world. And having spent 10 months over in America for my gap year at the Wilderness Awareness School, I now have this feeling, even if it's not quite true, but this feeling that I could survive almost anywhere and apply these principles of what I need to meet my needs, and how to find that under my belt. And so I think it's this sense of belonging, and also it's the place where I feel most fully alive. You know, we play so many different games out there that heighten our sense of awareness of how we move, so that we can sneak up close to animals, and they're sort of really just playing. This springtime I even just got to watch fox cubs playing really quite close to our home. There's a strip of woodland, and it was so delightful. And to be able to take children that I work with down there and see them as well was amazing. And so yeah, we do a lot of games where you get to sneak around and get covered in charcoal and mud, and not normally looking like this. Quite a few people have mentioned that tonight. Yeah, same me looking like this. So there we go. And it's those moments where, you know, it's halfway through the night, you're laying on a bed of leaves, waiting to ambush somebody or undo their shoelace or try and put a clothespin on them without them knowing. Or all these crazy games that they're the moments that I felt most fully alive, and where the hairs on the back of my neck have stood up and you don't know whether it's an animal coming towards you or a person or what. And the exhilaration and excitement is just second to none. And I think having had that throughout my teens and feeling those things is what really motivates me to bring this work to children now. And you know, at university I looked into how it affects children if they don't have a connection to the natural world. This is one that I've been teaching about sneaking. Very good job, Les. And it's quite a concern what happens when you're not connected to the natural world. But it's the real vision of what it can give you to be connected that is what motivates me with this work. And it's such a delight to see so many young people's faces that I know from the woods here tonight, supporting us and our book and it getting out into the world. And thank you all for coming. You might hear from a couple of them later.